Have you ever found yourself wondering if a woman is starting to develop feelings for you? The signs can be subtle, but there's a deeper truth beneath her words and actions. In this video, we're diving into the world of Stoicism to reveal how ancient philosophy can provide powerful insights into modern-day relationships. When a woman is genuinely interested, her emotions will show in ways you might not immediately recognize. It's not just about what she says, it's about the meaning behind those words. We'll uncover the 6 key things she might say that reveal her true feelings, things that go beyond the surface and tap into her emotional world. Ready to learn what's really going on beneath the surface? Let's get started. Number 1. When women share something deep, a sign of true connection. There are moments in a relationship when a woman suddenly stops, looks you in the eye, and says, "I've never told anyone this before." If you've ever heard this statement, it's not just a passing remark, it's one of the strongest signs of deep trust and connection. Women don't easily reveal their innermost thoughts to just anyone. They carry stories, vulnerabilities, and dark corners that they only reveal to people they feel safe with. When a woman tells you that she doesn't usually talk about this with anyone, it means you've crossed the emotional barrier she's established with the outside world. In the early stages of a relationship, attraction is often based on superficial factors like looks, style, and confidence. But when she starts sharing her innermost feelings, her worries, her childhood memories, or her unhealed wounds, that's when the surface attraction begins to transform into a real connection. As a Stoic man, you don't need to rush in with advice or try to fix her problems. Instead, it's important to listen without judgment. One of the common mistakes men make is thinking that when women share their problems, they're looking for a solution. But in reality, what they really need is a safe space to be heard. A simple "thank you for trusting me" is much more powerful than any advice. It shows that you respect her vulnerability and aren't trying to control or change her emotions. A Stoic man understands that emotions come and go, and that overreacting or trying to interfere with someone else's emotions will only make things worse. When a woman shares her inner story, you don't have to save her. Just be present, observe, and receive. Your calmness will help her feel safer, and in turn, she will open up even more. Remember, if a woman trusts you enough to reveal her innermost feelings, it's a clear sign that you're more than just an attractive man. You've become someone who matters in her life. Number 2. When she feels comfortable around you, safety or friend zone. One of the most unintentional, yet deeply meaningful compliments a woman can say to you is, "I feel so comfortable around you." At first glance, this may seem like a positive sign, and it is. A woman can only feel comfortable when she lets her guard down, when she trusts you enough to let go and reveal her true self. But this comfort has 2 sides, and it's important to understand where it comes from and what it leads to. Women, by biological and social instincts, tend to be wary of their surroundings. They don't trust others easily, especially men. So if she feels safe, relaxed, and unguarded around you, that's a big sign. Romantic comfort. This is the type of comfort that comes with excitement, loving glances, gentle touches, and anticipation. If a woman feels both safe and attracted to you, this is a great sign that the relationship is developing romantically. She wants to be with you not only for the security, but also for the excitement of being near you. Friend comfort. This is when she feels like you are more like a brother or a best friend than a charismatic man. She can confide in you about anything, but there is no positive tension of sexual attraction. This can put you in the friend zone if you are not careful. As a Stoic man, you need to maintain a balance between trust and mystery. If a woman says she feels comfortable around you, it is important that you do not turn yourself into a soft pillow that she leans on when she needs it, but does not feel attractive. An attractive Stoic man is one who creates security without losing his personal charm. This means that you should avoid being a man who is just a listener without goals, passion, or charisma. Keep a little mystery, do not be too available all the time, and always keep a gentle challenge in the conversation. For example, if she says, "I feel very comfortable around you," you can respond with a smile and say, "I feel the same, but comfort can be dangerous. Are you sure you want that?" Or, this not only keeps the atmosphere light, but also piques curiosity and challenge in her mind. Don't be too available. Always maintain a rich life outside of the relationship. This helps you maintain your value and appeal. Don't lose your masculinity. Emotional security is important, but so is excitement, challenge, and seduction. Watch your body language. If the comfort is accompanied by eye contact, smiles, and unconscious signals, it's a positive sign. If not, be cautious. A woman feeling comfortable with you is a good thing, but whether that comfort leads to love or just friendship depends on how you maintain the balance between security and appeal. Be a solid support, but also a man who is not easy to completely grasp. Number 3. When a woman asks, "Are you thinking about me?" a sign of emotional investment. There are some questions that sound simple but actually have deep meanings hidden inside. One of them is, "Are you thinking about me?" A question that not only reflects her thoughts but also tests how you perceive the relationship between the two of you. It is not just a trivial question. When a woman asks you this, she is trying to confirm one thing: how much does she mean to you? She is thinking about you first. No one asks such a question if they are not obsessed with you. When she asks, it means that you are a part of her thoughts, and she is testing to see if that is reciprocated. She wants to confirm her worth. Women often look for signs that affirm their place in your life. If she likes you, she wants to know if you feel the same. She's testing your emotions. This is also a test of how you respond. If you're too enthusiastic, you might lose the mysterious appeal. If you're too cool, she might think you're not interested. A Stoic man doesn't let his emotions get in the way of this question. Instead of rushing to confirm or deny, you should remain calm and a little mysterious. If you respond too directly with, "Yes, I think about you a lot," you might lose the balance of power in the conversation. If you respond coldly with "not really," you might hurt her feelings and make her lose interest. The ideal response is to maintain the attraction while keeping the conversation going. A tactful response might be, "Maybe. What about you?" This creates a psychological loop that keeps her thinking about you, rather than leaving you as the passive one. Or you can smile and say, "I don't know, but if I said no, would you believe me?" This creates mystery and encourages her to continue interacting with you. A Stoic man understands that he doesn't need to prove his worth through words, but through his attitude and the way he lives. If a woman is truly interested in you, you don't need to convince her. She will feel it through your actions. Instead of falling into the trap of confirmation questions, maintain a subtle distance, create attraction, and let her feel that you are a valuable man who is not easily swayed by emotional testing questions. Number 4. When she asks, "What would you do if you were in my situation?" a sign of respect. In a relationship, there are questions that are not just about seeking an answer, but also about testing your emotional intelligence, companionship, and role in her life. What would you do if you were in my situation is one of them. When a woman asks you this question, she is not just looking for a solution. She is looking to know if you can understand and empathize with her world. She values your perspective. This is a clear sign that she respects your thinking and approach to life. If she didn't care about your perspective, she would never ask. She wants to test your companionship. Women are not always looking for a practical solution. Sometimes they just want to know if you are genuinely interested and willing to engage with them in their thinking. She's building a long-term connection. When a woman wants to know how you see a situation she's in, it means she's trying to imagine how you might fit into her life in the future. As a Stoic man, you don't react hastily or impose your thoughts on her. Instead, you respond with calm, understanding, but not controlling. The biggest mistake men often make is trying to be the immediate problem solver. If you jump in and say, "I think you should do this, that," sometimes this can make her feel pressured or not really heard. The right approach is to ask her questions and let her discover the answer herself. For example, "I understand why you're thinking about this. Which way do you lean?" This shows empathy, emotional intelligence, and helps her think more deeply rather than just getting a commanding answer. Or you can respond in a way that encourages but doesn't make the decision for her. "If I were in that situation, I might think this way, but what's important is what feels right to you." This helps her feel guided while still remaining in control of the decision. A Stoic man doesn't get caught up in emotions or pressure to solve a problem right away. He understands that his value lies not in providing solutions, but in creating a safe space for others to find their own solutions. Women don't need a man who always has the perfect answer. They need someone who can listen, understand, and guide without controlling. Listen before you give your opinion. Don't rush into solving the problem. Let her talk about her feelings. Ask questions instead of giving orders. Guide her to the answer instead of imposing your way of thinking. Show emotional intelligence. A good response is not just about the content, but also about how you make her feel heard and respected. Number 5. When she says, "I feel like you really understand me," a sign of a deep connection. One of the defining moments in a relationship is when a woman looks at you and says, "I feel like you really understand me." This isn't a simple statement. It carries a much deeper meaning than it seems. When a woman admits that she feels understood by you, it means you've reached a level of emotion that not everyone can reach. It goes beyond physical attraction or sweet words. It's a rare kind of spiritual connection. She feels safe to show her true self. Women are often multi-layered in their emotions, and not everyone trusts them enough to open up. When she says you understand her, it means she can express herself freely without fear of judgment. You've gone beyond the surface level of connection. In the early stages of a relationship, many conversations revolve around light-hearted topics, humor, or flirty banter. But when she feels like you really understand her, it means the relationship has entered a new, deeper phase. She feels special. Women crave to feel unique and important in the eyes of the man they love. When she says this, it means she believes you see something in her that others don't. When she says this, it means she believes you see something in her that others don't. As a Stoic man, your response should be one of understanding without disrupting the subtlety of the moment. Don't rush into excitement or try to amplify it with flowery words. A calm but meaningful response could be, "I'm just listening to what you really want to say." This shows that you're not trying to manipulate or win her over, but simply being present and understanding. Or you can gently respond, "I think you deserve someone who understands you." This statement not only makes her feel special, but also creates enough space for her to appreciate the moment more. The mistake many men make is trying to prove their understanding by over-explaining. But true understanding is not about explanations, but about listening, observing, and responding in a timely manner. A Stoic man does not need to rush to own or control another person's emotions. When a woman feels understood, it is important that you maintain your presence without trying to control it. Women are often sensitive to men who are trying to manipulate their emotions. If you immediately respond with overly dramatic statements like, "Because I love you more than anyone else," it can destroy the authenticity of the moment. Instead, let the moment flow naturally. Observe how she responds, how she opens up, and use your composure to continue building the connection. Listen more than you talk. Understanding doesn't come from talking a lot, but from being genuinely interested in what she has to say. Avoid "me too" responses. Don't make her story about you. Give her space to express herself. Maintain your composure. When a woman feels understood, it's not about making her fall in love with you right away, but about allowing the connection to develop naturally. Number 6. When she says, "I can't imagine life without you," a sign of deep emotional attachment. There is a fine line between temporary infatuation and true emotional attachment. When a woman says, "I can't imagine life without you," she's not just expressing her feelings, she's acknowledging that you've become an important part of her world. This statement isn't a casual compliment. It carries with it the idea that she's emotionally invested enough to consider you an integral part of her life. She's formed a strong emotional attachment. According to attachment theory, when a woman feels like you're an important part of her life, it means she's moved past the fleeting stage of attraction and into the stage of true emotional commitment, revealing emotional dependence. Women don't let someone become a part of their lives easily. When she says this, it means you're no longer just a lover, but someone who has a profound influence on her emotions and thoughts. She wants a future with you. Such a statement is not just a declaration of affection, but it also implies that she has begun to envision a long-term life with you. As a Stoic man, you accept this emotion without getting too carried away. One of the common mistakes men make is either overreacting or being unnecessarily distant. If you rush to respond with something like, "Me too, I can't live without you," it can create an unhealthy emotional dependency that takes away your autonomy. On the other hand, if you are too indifferent to this statement, she may feel that her feelings are being taken for granted. The ideal Stoic response is to receive it with composure but without losing control. For example, "I appreciate that, but I think it's important that we both maintain our independence." This shows that you value her feelings, but at the same time maintain your own autonomy. Or you can respond in a gentler way. "I'm glad to hear that, but you'll be fine with or without me." This makes her feel loved, but also encourages her to maintain her own self-worth and not become completely dependent on you. Why is composure important? A Stoic man understands that loving someone doesn't mean losing yourself. When a woman says she can't imagine life without you, It can be wonderful, but it can also be a sign of emotional dependence. If you want to maintain a long-term, healthy relationship, it's important that you both can still grow independently, instead of relying on each other to fill the emotional void. The strongest love is the love that comes not from fear of loss, but from willing commitment. The most attractive man is not the one who is emotionally dependent on others, but the one who can love while still maintaining his own identity. Receive her affection sincerely, but don't lose your independence. Encourage her to grow as a person instead of letting her depend on you. Maintain your mystery and your own life, even as the relationship deepens. You've just heard the words that women sometimes say, but what do they really mean? When she says, "I've never shared this with anyone before," it's not just a statement, it's a trust, a bridge between you. When she feels so comfortable around you, is it just friendship or is there something more? The questions she asks, like "Do you think about me?" reveal her desire for confirmation that she matters, but how you respond could shift everything. And when she says, "I can't imagine my life without you," is it love or is it something deeper? These words aren't just words, they're invitations to explore, to connect, and to understand her at a level that goes beyond surface attraction. But the key lies in how you respond. Stoicism teaches us to listen, to be calm, to remain in control of our emotions. How you react to these moments will define your relationship and how she sees you. What will you do with these insights? Remember, your response isn't just about what you say, it's about what you choose not to say. Stay calm, stay mysterious, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.